Darryl, your thoughts of your side's performance this afternoon, general thoughts of the game?
Yeah, I thought we were really good. I think I thought we started the game a little bit loose. Error, then conceded a try, which was not a great start for us. But I thought as we got into the game and we got into good attacking positions, I thought we always looked dangerous, but didn't quite execute in the first half. I thought second half we were a lot more composed. Some lessons that we've got from particularly last week, but the week before as well, in terms of good attacking positions. So I thought we were much better, much more controlled and composed. Defensively, in general, we were pretty solid. Obviously, Warrington started taking the odds to it later on in the game, and it looked like it could get a little bit uncomfortable. But overall, I thought we deserved to win, and it's great performance from us. I think in lots of areas, and some real standout performances from individuals.
Comment on your forward pack. You had a lot of forwards on the bench that gave a good impact, but people like Isaiah Vangenard, Mike McMeekin really took it to the Warrington pack and really dominated parts of the game physically.
Yeah, I thought all the pack played well. Mike to play 80 minutes again. I think he's right up there with the best front rows in the comp at the moment. He was exceptional again today. And then you're talking about when Crofty's playing for us in the back row, and he hasn't played back row before this year, so for him to go in there and do another 80 minutes is great. People like Caius and Renouve coming off the bench were excellent. I thought Liam Wood had a really standout performance. To be honest, I thought we'd asked a bit more of him in terms of running the ball, and he did that. I thought it was outstanding today. So yeah, pack was phenomenal. I thought we're talking all the time about the pack and what are the sorts of things that they do to be a pack that gets respect in Super League. There's a lot of players that people don't know. Caleb Llewellyn, people like that. Isaiah Vangenard, Renz has obviously played there, but we've got numerous players who haven't played in Super League. Caius Fartilli, is another one we've picked up. And Mills has done an unbelievable job in recruitment. So I thought the pack was awesome today.
Just little efforts seem to be great from your side. Line speed throughout the game, kick chase when you were in trouble. How pleasing is it to see the whole team putting in such a good 1% as that part of the game really important? Yeah,
I thought we got outworked a little bit last week against St Helens, so we'd spoke about that, because effort in rugby league, every coach talking about it, it's a really important piece of rugby league. So I thought we were exceptional in that area today. I just think boys worked really hard. Obviously, conditions were they're not like they are in Melbourne, but it's the first time we've seen any sun, isn't it? And I thought we handled it really well today. It was pretty warm, and I thought we controlled the game in the second half. Like I say, we learned a lot of lessons from what we did in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it was a great effort all round.
So your thoughts on how your spine's starting to come together? You're only 4 rounds in, but your halves, fullback seem to really combine and really pull Warrington apart and test them all over the field today.
Yeah, well, we've got what we feel is a pretty talented spine. Obviously Uddy in there, as I've already mentioned him, he played well, but Chewy and Mason today were really good. I just think their ability to get at the line and put the ball where it needs to be. The decision making was great today, and the skill set opened up space on the outside. So we were much more accurate today with our good ball. I think we've been pretty average so far. We haven't really posted points, so for us to do that today, it was really pleasing. Part of what we did, and I think we're a dangerous team. I think we've got a lot of players who've come from clubs where it's overseas or here and are reinventing themselves in lots of ways. I think Matty Staunton's come in and he's been phenomenal for us. He played in the middle today. He's been great in the back row. So just really pleased with how we're growing as individual players, but as a team as well.
How much did you enjoy winning here?
Oh yeah, I was asked that on the TV, and obviously this was a pretty important game for me. I said to the boys that I just said thanks actually, but they all laughed because obviously for me, I didn't do press early on in the week because I just felt I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted it to be about the players, and so they've done a great job for me personally. Obviously, going back to this is the only place that hasn't really worked for me as a coach. So, not that I had a point to prove, but I kind of have done since I came back in the Super League, and we've got a great group of players and coaching staff to attack it with. So yeah, I was pleased. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to come and win this game today. I want to win every game, but this one was obviously pretty special.
It's pretty similar, isn't it? I think your last game with Warrington was against Wakefield.
Yeah.
What's it like to be on either side?
Yeah, well, I said to Woody, you remember that time you got me sacked when you played for Wakefield? Just play like that. Just play like that and we'll be all right. And he did, so, yeah, awesome.
Will you be going for a drink with Stuart Middleton after this, Darryl? Or?
Probably not, to be honest, no. He's very provocative, that one. But no, I don't think so.
No, seriously, you tend to do blocks, don't you, as a coach? You did that here and you talk about blocks at Wakefield.
Yeah.
Having been so competitive, as you have been in the first 4 rounds, are you reassessing the goals now at Wakefield?
Well, we never, as a group, we didn't really, because I've got asked this a lot, what do you think you want to achieve? I said top 8 would be consolidation. Look, top 6 is sort of utopia, wouldn't it, for a team that's just got promoted and has, signed 10 new players and built a new team. I just think we need to be consistent and keep growing what we've got. So I'm not going to say we're going to win the comp. I don't think that's what we're talking about. But look, you can dream, can't you? And you're always driving. I've been part of a few teams that have got to be the best in their competition through constant development and growth. And I think we've got a great opportunity here. We've got an awesome owner. The stadium's changing consistently to be an outstanding stadium, and the squad is growing, and I think they're really enjoying being a part of a special environment, which gives us a chance, really. I think to get after every team. I don't think we should be fearing anybody. I said that after we played OKR. I don't think we need to fear anybody. We've just got to keep working to raise our standards and go and challenge every team that we play, and I think we're capable of doing that. We've got 9 injuries at the moment, so not all shoe-ins, but quite a few of them. Pitsy dropped out today, and I thought the pack was outstanding. And we're going to have, when it comes to picking a team in 5-6 weeks, it's going to be a tough job.
Darryl, this season was always going to be about how you overcame challenges and adversity. Is that the most pleasing part today, that they have learned the lessons from last week?
Yeah, I think people would have potentially looked at us last week and go, well, they've had a dig for a couple of weeks and then it's going to be tough for them. And I said to the boys, well, this is an important strike-back performance, this. I don't think we could afford to lose today, really, without putting too much pressure on. I thought it was important that we came here. Warrington obviously get rattled a little bit last week, and there's an opportunity. We sensed an opportunity, and I think we've got after it and done a great job. So we just need to stay consistent. I think that's a key point for us. Stay consistent, keep growing and developing, and we'll be in a good place, I think.
Did you feel it was a good time to get Warrington?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you're not flying over. I mean, Huddersfield have sort of had a fair pop at Wigan today. That was always going to be difficult for those teams going over there for the time zones and because there's different emotion to it all. They've had a big week and then they lost heavily. It could have been a bit worse. So there'll be questions asked, and for them they've been under pressure physically. They lost a few players themselves. So yeah, I felt like it was a good opportunity for us to get after them, and I thought the boys did a good job. I think as we got into the second half. I was pretty tight at half time, but I felt like we were the better team quite a bit, if I'm honest. I thought we should have been a little bit further in front, but then the second half I just thought we were more composed, and I always felt as the game went on it'd be harder for Warrington to reel us back in, to be honest. So yeah, it was a good opportunity, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. And we all get these through the year. Sometimes you get teams on 5-day turnarounds, or they've got a few players missing. Or you'd be playing Salford in round 1 like St Helens did, and they do what they did. That's crazy anyway, but it is what it is. There are opportunities all over, and when you get them you need to take them.
Just on Hood, he's been around a while, hasn't he? How do you think he rates alongside Super League hookers in the front?
Yeah, he's up there. You know, I think when he plays like he did today, he's a phenomenal hooker. You know, he's outstanding. I mean, Uddy's coming towards the end of his career, and I think, like I say, I know that sometimes you have to convince a player how good he is. You know, and he's been around a fair while, but I'm just constantly into him to keep doing what he did today, because you know we felt like we could get after the middle a little bit, and he. With what they did last week, and then I said to him, mate, you just need to take the opportunities to run. You used to have it with Macca, where I had to put my boat up his arse to get him running, and I think Cuddy sometimes is a little bit silly. Similar, he's good mates with him as well. So yeah, I think he's a really good player.
Do you think the announcement of Smoothie coming next year has given him a bit of added motivation?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good chat with Uddy, and yeah, he's great, because he's had a pretty good career. Uddy, he's been he's a champion fella. I tell you, you know, his sense of humour is awesome. He's great to have around the place. He's always bouncing around. But then there comes, you know, you replace players, don't you? That's the way it works. And you know, whether Uddy can get a contact with us. You know, he can play 13. Uddy, he's pretty good at 13, and he's dangerous actually when he starts running. But I think the one thing is, if he is going to finish with us, he wants to finish on a real, you know, an outstanding season, and I'd love to see him do that, because I think he's one of the great personalities. When you're coaching players and you have great personalities, they're so good to work with, and he's one of them. You know, he brightens up my day when he starts laughing. So that's good.
Is the door open for him today? Because you know, looking at it from the outside, Smoothie's announced you've got two young hookers.
Yeah.
You put two and two together and think maybe it's time, but then obviously if he's playing that well, he's going to make you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a cap, so it makes it hard work. But you know, I think whatever he does, you know, whether he ends up staying with us, I don't know whether we've got cap space. We probably wouldn't have, because obviously, like you say, we've got Doyley and Harvey. But you never say never, do you? You know, I think there's always opportunities. So we'll wait and see on that.